What's up, YouTube? This is Johnny Jacobs O. I'm with another video. So, different type of video today. As you can see, I'm just gonna be sitting down talking to you guys, basically sharing some knowledge, and basically just sharing some things that help me. Hopefully, they can help you as well. So, as you can see by the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking about how you can change your life and see change in your life, and start to move towards somewhere where you think you should be. So, first off, I want to talk about motivation. And motivation can be something that drives you to go hard, and it's very hard to not stay motivated when you don't have a clear image of what your goal is and where you want to go in life. So the first thing that I would recommend to anybody if they're feeling lost is to seriously sit down and map up where you want to be in your life. Write how that person would act, write how that person would move, what they're doing, and then that's when it starts. You have to become that person that you see yourself as later on, because time isn't real. Nothing is stopping you from acting like the millionaire version of yourself today. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. So throughout your day, question yourself, challenge your thoughts, see what would my millionaire version of myself be doing? How would the millionaire version of myself react to the situation? Because a lot of the things in your life that you might think are such bad things and things that are the end of the world, and the essence of everything, they don't have anything to do with the goals and the vision you see for yourself. So a lot of the stress that people put on themselves every day is really unnecessary, because there's something called the dichotomy of control, and it puts things into two different categories: things you can control and things that you can't. So whenever you face things that you can't control, you shouldn't stress about them. You should just focus on what you can control and how you can pivot, because anything in life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, and it's up to you to decide how you pivot from there. You can stay down and let certain things in your life come and happen that are going to keep you down and allow you to deter yourself from where you're supposed to be, or you can use that as a lesson, see what you're learning from that situation, and then pivot and then become better after. Because everything that gets challenged in your life is just making you better and putting you in that position to be the person you are today. You watching this video right now, you aren't the person you were a year ago, because things happen. Not everything's going to be good, not everything's going to be bad, but everything is going to teach you a lesson and help you in some type of way. And that leads me to the next thing. In your life, a lot of things and people will be in your ear, and you'll have certain belief systems that are there that, believe it or not, a lot of the belief systems and the limiting beliefs that we put upon ourselves don't even come from ourselves. Nobody knows you better than you. So when you're listening to people, I'm not saying don't listen to anybody and be narcissistic. No. But you know yourself and you know your goals better than anybody else. If you're listening to somebody, the only thing that I would say is, if you're going to take advice from somebody, make sure that you would trade places with that person. If you wouldn't trade places with that person, I'm not saying their advice isn't worth anything, but think for yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to live your life for you. You have to live your life for yourself, and that might take being a little bit selfish and putting yourself first. You might lose friends along the journey, but anybody who you lose along a journey of you trying to better yourself, were they really meant for you in the first place? No. If people can't understand that you have to put yourself and your needs and your goals first, cut them out of your life, bro. Because the people who are there for you will keep you in check. They'll be like, bro, you said you wanted to do this, but you're doing this. So if you have a friend in your ear that will critique you and tell you how it is, keep them in your circle. But if you just have people who, bro, come out, let's do this, everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that. If you don't want to do what everybody's doing, and you don't want to go where everybody else is going, why would you do what everybody else is doing? Why would you not make your own path, choose your own lane, and do things for yourself? Because following what everybody else is going to do, what do you think is going to happen? Show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you where you're going. So if you don't have anybody in your circle, it's okay. Do it yourself, and as you elevate and go to different levels, people will attract into your life. Because that leads me to the next thing. You don't get what you want, you become what you want, and that will then attract everything into your life. So all the things you see in your life, whether it's material things, and I'm not saying material things of the world, but material things can be a motivator for people. And say you want that car, say you want that watch. Those things in your life aren't just going to magically come to you. You have to become the person that has those things. And then in return, reality will catch up, time will catch up. And then those things will start to come into your life. Everything is perspective. So the best thing you can do for yourself is have a positive perspective on life. Because if you're just always feeding your mind negative thoughts, what could go wrong, what could happen, what do you think's going to happen? What goes wrong? There's this theory called the black coffee theory, and you go into the coffee shop and you tell them, what do you want? The cashier asks, what do you want? You say, I don't want a black coffee. I don't want anything with black coffee. But they ask you, what do you want? And you're just saying that you don't want black coffee. It's the same thing in real life. You say you don't want to be a failure, you don't want these things, but all you do is stress about what can go wrong and how those things might happen. So, brainwash yourself. Positive brainwashing will definitely change your life, because your outlook on life changes your whole perspective. Certain things might happen and they might be bad, but how you look at that is different. So a situation and an emotion are two different things. So for example, say you get fired from your job. Are you sad because you got fired from your job? No, you are now sad because of the uncertainty that comes without having a job. You now don't have money for your bills. You now don't have money to provide. So when you can separate a situation from the emotion, you can break down what you're really feeling, truly understand yourself, and then from there, you know where to go. Because once you stop negotiating with yourself and listen to yourself, because that little voice in the back of your head, that is you, that is God, that is telling you what you should be doing. So anytime you feel misaligned or you feel like I should be doing more, don't ignore that, listen, because you know yourself better than anyone else. If you feel like I should be doing more, that feeling comes from you not doing action. And action will stop all that overthinking. Because the more and more you do something, no matter what it is, content creation, you're trying to start a new job, trying to start a business, doing those things instead of just talking about it will take away all the uncertainty, it'll take away the overthinking, and then you will just truly, it won't be a dream anymore. It'll just be what you have to do. It'll be work. And discipline comes from doing it when you don't want to do it. So if you just wake up every day saying, I don't feel like going to the gym today, what do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna continue to do that because you're negotiating with yourself. So that leads me to the next thing. You have to make certain things in your life non-negotiable. And that might be working on your business, dedicating 30 minutes a day to reading, not touching your phone when you first wake up. These little things, making your bed, all these small things, these small wins, because your brain is a goal-achieving machine. Your brain feeds off of achieving goals. So when you are just staying complacent, not doing anything, that's when you feel misaligned. So whether it's a small goal, a large goal, set a goal and achieve it every day. Set a small goal. Do the hardest thing first every time you wake up, because training your mind is a muscle. So training it to get stuff done, it's just going to allow you to get more stuff done, and then those goals will grow and you'll achieve those goals, and it'll grow and it'll grow. And as that's growing, you're growing as a person, because we aren't here to be put onto earth to work 9 to 5 our whole life, retire at 65. No. You have to chase your dreams, chase your passion, and your life will change. Then that leads me to the last part of this video, and that's about ego and comfortability. So your ego, everyone says ego is a bad thing. Now, do I personally think ego is a bad thing? No. I believe you should believe that you are the best person in the world. You're the best person at your job. You're the best person to handle any problem. You are the best person, because you have to be your biggest cheerleader. If you don't believe it yourself, what do you think the world's going to believe? Nothing. Because belief comes from people. Like I was saying, belief comes from yourself, and then other people will then buy into that belief, and it just grows. So if you're not a confident individual in yourself, how do you think you're going to get anything done in life? You have to be so confident in yourself that you know, no matter what, I'm going to get my job done. No matter what, I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. Because you have to be so delusional that you know, without a doubt in your mind, that it is going to work, because it will. You watching this video right now, you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. The only thing stopping you is you, and it's that ego. So like I said, ego is good, but you also have to kill your ego, because your ego that you have right now, it is keeping you soft, and it is keeping you comfortable, and comfortability kills. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Set goals for yourself that are so high that it makes you nervous. It makes you scared. Because if you're comfortable with your goals, why is it even a goal? If you know you can achieve it, it shouldn't be a goal. So set goals for yourself that are so scary that you don't even think it's going to be possible, and then work towards them. And then you'll magically, not even magically, it's just the universe. You will grow, and get closer to those goals, and that's how you kill your ego. That's how you kill comfortability. Now, if you still stuck after this video and you don't change anything, that's on you. Now, are you gonna make a change?